Let me be clear. I have never claimed that Denims called CPS. I have never implied that Denims called CPS. If my statements were interpreted as stating this, I want to correct the record and make it clear that I do not state, do not believe that Denims called CPS. Obviously, moronic, idiotic, stupid. Let me also address the point in the letter that I claimed Denim caused others to call CPS. I did not state, and I do not believe Denims made a direct call to action to her audience to contact CPS. Obviously, right? Never said that. Denims is actually participating in this whole child protective service lie, and Denims endorses this clearly. As you can see, she's not moderating this at all, and it's pretty much 100% of the comments saying call CPS on them. Their kids should be taken away. That she believes that it's justified to break up our family. This disgusting fucking human being who's endorsed by Hassan and the entire left community on Twitch, who is protected and elevated by Twitch, is on her platform right now advocating for our children to be forcibly removed from us by child protective services. Your chat is saying call CPS. You don't want to say any single fucking thing about that? You sick, twisted, evil woman.
Right, that I had previously never heard.
You're just gonna sit there doing oh my god, like ooh ooh-ee, or what's the kawaii sound? Ooh.
There you go. You hit it right on.
Call CPS, somebody. I'm not exaggerating when I say literally every comment is call CPS.
My nannies have
2 days before it happened, and she's like, "I'm sorry, girl, but this is kind of your fault, looking like you did this."
By his crew.
Look at her, she's picking her chin like, somebody should call CPS on this freak.
I wonder,
maybe she should think about issuing an apology and retraction.
Or at least saying calling CPS is fucking crazy.
Is it that hard? Oh no, what she does kind of, she goes, after being like, Ethan's the worst person in the world, and like, yeah, his kid, watching Bad Amp, and I'll be like, yeah, his kids crawl around and eat shit, and her whole entire chat being like, call CPS, but she'd be like, obviously don't call CPS. It's like, yeah, right. Nicholas Diorio, my fucking best friend, dude.
We're talking about CPS, which anyways, to begin with, one, I don't condone. I've never condoned it, and you will not be able to find a clip of me saying, yes, we should do this, because it doesn't exist. I think CPS should be exclusively used for family vloggers who are total fucking pieces of shit that use their kids as content.
That he would throw away his friendship of 8 years in favor of a bunch of terrorist sympathizers who support CPS coming and taking my children away. And I didn't dream that would be his position, doing what she did. Being like, oh, let's call CPS. He's an abuser. He neglects his children. Like, we need to call CPS, etc., etc., and not explaining why I'm actually angry. That it seems like she's directly responsible for CPS coming to my house in the morning and interviewing my children. You don't lie about people's kids and have CPS go to their house because somebody was mean to you. Do you not see how psychotically insane, how warped and broken your brain is? Holy shit, dude. Her defense for sending the CPS to break up our family and to interrogate our 3- and 5-year-old is that, don't worry, kids don't remember stuff. She did CPS, remember that? Okay.
Very happy to announce to all of you that it's been another bad day for Ethan Klein. He went on his broadcast a few days ago on Monday and was forced by his lawyer, Ram Disparnasem, to read from a document admitting that I didn't call CPS, that I denounced those that called CPS, and that I never made a call to action for another person to call.
I want to address something from Denim's correction demand in her letter. The letter claims I falsely stated that Denims herself filed the preceding CPS report, or that Denims caused others to do so. The letter also states, on March 11th, I acknowledged Denims had denounced herself or anyone in her community making contact with CPS. Let me be clear. I have never claimed that Denims called CPS.
Really?
She did CPS, remember that? Okay, good.
Right now, one
Really? Why would you lie about something so blatant?
Let me also address the point in the letter that I claim Denim caused others to call CPS. I did not state, and I do not believe Denims made a direct call to action to her audience to contact CPS. Obviously, right? Never said that.
Huh. Well, good thing he thinks it's stupid to even imply that. What is this? For the record, here is saying she did call CPS. What is this?
Of saying things that they don't mean for internet clout and attention.
Bro, you were so smug. She did CPS. Remember that? Okay, good.
Right now,
Wait, he almost said she did CPS.
She did CPS.
She did CPS. Oh, that's so funny. I don't get it. Like, how does his fan base not realize what the he's doing all the time? They can't be that stupid, right? Like, there's no way.
There is a way. There is a way. If you can believe it, there is a way.
Yes, they are. I don't really understand it. Like, they're just like this kind of stuff. I can't believe this kind of stuff works.
The best part about this, by the way, is like, I think he might have forgot that he said this because in his podcast where he was responding to me,
He amplifies the.
Let me find it. It's almost like he's baffled that he said that.
I don't even have enough money to.
This was the day that I issued the letter and I read it out on stream and he had to read it.
Way. She's directly responsible for CPS coming to my house. She is directly linked to the CPS coming to my house, doing what she did, being like, oh, let's call CPS. He's an abuser. He neglects his children. Like, we need to call CPS. Girl who accused me of leaving shit on the floor and that the CPS should be called. She did.
So he is reading out my legal statement to him, quoting him. These are all things that he said. Watch this part. Watch this part. It's really funny.
She did CPS. Remember that? On the floor, and that the CPS should be called. She did CPS. Remember that? Talking about your friends.
She did. She did. Did I say that? Oh God. Anyways, continuing. Okay.
I have never implied that Denims called CPS. If my she did CPS. Remember, statements were interpreted as stating this. I want to correct the record and make it clear that I do not think, do not state, do not believe that Denims called CPS. Obviously, moronic, idiot. She did CPS. Remember that? Okay, good.
Here's another really good one, by the way.
Tyre was saying, like, doing what she did, being like, oh, let's call CPS. He's an abuser. He neglects his children. Like, we need to call CPS, et cetera, et cetera.
Let's see the next part of the statement. Surely.
Idiotic, stupid.
Idiotic, stupid, moronic, unbelievable that anyone ever would listen to these statements.
Bro, you were so smug. She did CPS. Remember that? Okay, good.
right now, one
That anyone would ever
was
listen to
saying,
these
like,
statements and think anything else.
Doing what she did, being like, oh, let's call CPS. He's an abuser. He neglects his children. Like, we need to call CPS. Let me also address the point in the letter that I claim Denim caused others to call CPS. I did not state, and I do not believe Denims made a direct call to action to her audience to contact CPS. Obviously, right? CPS. McIntyre was saying, like, doing what she did, being like, oh, let's call CPS. He's an abuser. He neglects his children. Like, we need to call CPS, et cetera, et cetera. I would be mad at you.
Obviously. Moronic. Stupid. Idiotic. Obviously. Obviously.
Never said that.
Can we just watch it again? Can we watch it again?
I want to address something from Denim's
Can we just watch it
correction
again? I'm
demand
sorry.
in her letter. The letter claims I falsely stated that Denims herself filed the preceding CPS report, or that Denims caused others to do so. The letter also states on March 11th, I acknowledged Denims had denounced herself or anyone in her community making contact with CPS. Let me be clear. I have never claimed that Denims called CPS. Bro, you were so smug. She did CPS. Remember that? Okay, good. I have never implied that Denims called CPS. If my statements were interpreted as stating this, I want to correct the record and make it clear that I do not think, do not state, do not believe that Denims called CPS. Obviously, moronic, idiotic, stupid.
Obviously, moronic, idiotic, stupid.
Bro, you were so smug. She did CPS. Remember that? Okay. Let me also address the point in the letter that I claimed Denim caused others to call CPS. I did not state, and I do not believe Denims made a direct call to action to her audience to contact CPS. Obviously, right?
Obviously, idiotic, stupid, moronic.
What she did, being like, oh, let's call CPS. He's an abuser. He neglects his children. Like, we need to call CPS, et cetera, et cetera. I would be mad at you.
Obviously, stupid, moronic, idiotic.
Never said that.
Can I just pull something up really quickly? I need to add this to a soundboard.
The thing is, these people are knowingly lying. They know that they're lying. It makes no sense what they're saying, but they do it anyway.
So let's read. Makes no sense what they're saying, but they do it anyways. They do it anyways. I like how there's like so. By the way, this is like a small number of these clips.
This is the behavior.
Here's more.
That Ian is explicitly co-signing by having her do an L Fortnite dance on me, and not explaining why I'm actually angry. That it seems like she's directly responsible for CPS coming to my house.
It makes no sense what these people are saying, but they're saying it anyways. Directly responsible. She did CPS.
We need to call CPS, et cetera, et cetera. I would be mad at you. If Adam McIntyre was saying, like, doing what she did, being like, oh, let's call CPS. He's an abuser. He neglects his children. Like, we need to call CPS.
That shit's not funny. You're fucked. Guys, should I take legal advice from someone who doesn't even know the right yours to use? Should I hire this guy as my lawyer? Yeah, I don't know what universe you're living in. I don't know what universe you're living in where you think you can get on air and be like, I never did this thing that's very easy to prove because it's in my legal document to you. It's literally in my legal document. All of the instances, which you are almost like baffled by when you have to watch it back and you're like, wait a minute. Did I say that? Wait, did I actually say that? Should you have a client who can't divide 10 by 10? Dumb, stupid, idiotic, moronic. Google, what's 10 by 10? 10 divided by 10. Oh, God. Anyways, I do think it's really funny that his lawyer told him you have to go on air and say that you know that she didn't call CPS and that she never made a call to action to call CPS. You have to do this, at least to protect yourself legally a little bit. You have to make this statement. You have to do this. So he got on air and made this statement because he had to do it, which is pretty funny. Maybe if I'm feeling up for it, we can watch the segment where this comes from. But even funnier than that was this part. After weeks of posturing, he's too afraid to debate me. I'll read out the tweet that I made that seemingly people enjoyed. Ethan was I owned Klein after speaking to his lawyer, begrudgingly admits on his podcast that I did not call CPS or encourage anyone else to call CPS. In another incredible self-own, he cowardly tries to run away from the debate he invited me to.
Oh yeah, so Denims now wants to call in because I offered for her to call in a while ago. I feel like she's obviously scheming. I don't think she would dare to stand toe to toe with me. She says I'm scared of her after I just debated Hassan and Sam Cedar. It's like, please.
Well, I don't know the timeline exactly, but Anissa reached out at one point to tell me that she wanted to call in, but I think I wasn't able to tell you until after the show, if I remember correctly.
Oh, so you're saying she did offer in the moment?
She did offer to call in. I don't know how.
Once again, Denims, Idubs, Anissa, any of you guys want to call into the show at any time? So, I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence if it's worth it. I mean, I think it could be good content, right?
Yeah, I personally don't think that you should, because I think,
Oh yeah, so Denims now wants to call.
Because, Is someone a little chicken? Oh, running away with your tail tucked between your legs. Oh, who's a little baby? Dude, the only thing anyone sees is a fucking coward, okay? And it's here. You know what? Let me amend my statement. I think in his head, he's like, there's no way I can lose this debate, right? There's no way I would lose it. Obviously not. Obviously. But if I did, I would look so stupid. So I need to find a way to get out of this debate. I need to find a way to get out of it. Or the other option is he's scared he won't be able to stop saying slurs and then button press like 500 times in a row. I think that's the thing. Do you think him losing to a woman would be a factor in this? I don't know, chat. What do you think? I don't know, chat. What do you think? It wouldn't matter, though, because you'd be live on your end? Well, yeah, that's my point, right? Because he wouldn't be able to button press because I would be streaming it. So he would just start going on, like, some misogynistic tirade. And then the entire world would see it. So, I wanted to show off a couple things really quickly before we get any further. The people making the bad empanada edits. So good.
I'll say this. I don't think they're fucking any friends of mine. And certainly I don't think they're any fucking friends of mine
Tyler, thank you for the 5
based on the
subs.
text conversation I had with them too before I even talked about it. So I have nothing. I don't need any fucking halfway friends, man.
I thought the text conversation that I had with him was very empathetic. I basically just said, like, I know you and Hila are experiencing a ton of harassment, and I essentially empathize with that, and I think there's something positive to get out of the conversation. But he refused to talk on the phone unless I was willing to publicly say something about my former editor and Denims. As much as you don't want halfway friends, I also don't want that kind of halfway friend. I don't want someone who's going to give me like an ultimatum.
Which, like, by the way, can we all agree that's a crazy thing to ask of someone? You need to publicly denounce these people before I'm even willing to speak to you. Like, way to only view friends as transactional objects for your personal entertainment, joy, and pleasure. Not, okay, we can talk, but I want you to know that if there's no part of you that's interested in denouncing this, I don't know that we'll make that much progress in a call together. But we can talk. Literally, I refuse to talk to you until you give in to my demands, and then I'll have whatever conversation you want.
To have a conversation.
Today was pretty bad, wasn't it? Really sucked for you. You were so disappointed. The betrayal of one of your closest.
Can you believe that this was edited by Ethan Klein? The music and the visual and everything. This is an Ethan Klein edit.
Long-term friends, huh?
This is a new edit.
TikTok, though, Ethan. TikTok, because this is just a taste. This is just a small part of what we have organized for you. It's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse, Mr. Klein. Every day, sit there, just waiting in misery, in fear of what we have in store for you.
Here's Hassan Parker told CPS to steal children. He then cut their heads off with a swastika sword and sent it to Ethan Klein in the mail. The sword was also coated with Sabra hummus in an attempt to do an anti-Semitic dog whistle.
Tick-tock goes the clock.
Oh my god. You know what I will say? Ethan Klein, more than anyone else, has magically rehabilitated Bad Empanada's image in a way that nobody else can. Which, you know what I'm going to say? I think there's a couple of hypotheses here. But I think the reality is that Ethan Klein is too afraid to debate me now because he's too afraid that he's going to say a bunch of misogynistic slurs. He's too afraid that he might actually look stupid, which is his biggest nightmare. His biggest nightmare is people online making fun of him. And then there's a third one. There's a third reason. I'm curious if you guys can guess the reason based off of this.
The sword was also coated with Sabra hummus in an attempt to do an anti-Semitic dog whistle.
Or it'll make things worse for the suit? No, because he made the call to action for me to debate him after the suit. After I threatened legal recourse for him, then he was like, debate me, get on the show then. Get on the show, get on the show. So it's not this one. Although I'm sure maybe that plays a part in it. I think it's that he doesn't want to Streisand me any more than he already has in the way that he has, like, for example, for Bad Empanada. Like, he can only further legitimize me. DM him now. You think I didn't try? I can't. He's too pussy to receive DMs. I've already sent, and they we'll watch the VOD actually. You know what? Fuck it, dude. We'll watch the VOD. Let's go. They tried to sneakily cut out the part where I show the message that I sent to Dan. They like don't play it. They're like, oh well, we're gonna ignore the part where you showed on screen the DMs that you sent and haven't gotten a response to.
So Denims, I have a little bit of a thing I want to read to her. She's been talking a lot.
Thing you want to read to her?
Oh, I didn't announce this. She closed. Hold on. She closed her fucking GoFundMe. She was you guys remember she was crowdfunding to sue me for defamation.
Did we not talk about this on Friday?
No.
Wow. Okay.
I don't think we ever talked about it.
No. Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
I know. Can you imagine?
Well, it's oh boy, big news. Do you like that new tag? We added some new tags on the subreddit recently.
Yeah, it's very good.
Oh boy.
So she was posturing that she was going to sue me for defamation. We sent them a letter back. She sent me a cease and desist. I sent a letter back just being like, basically, your client is fucking out of her mind. She did not show you the context. And also...
The context, by the way, is me saying that they're wealthy parents. And Hila saying, our house is clean. And then me laughing. That was the context, by the way. And the alleged spoliation that they hallucinated that hasn't happened, that doesn't exist.
She's deleting evidence. Exfoliating evidence is the legal term. No bueno. Judges and juries tend to frown upon erasure of evidence, right? Right?
Exfoliating evidence. Exfoliating. Okay. Whatever word you want to use, Ethan, it's okay. Just take your time. Take your time. There's no evidence that was deleted. I sent these VODs in their entirety to my lawyer. The YouTube channel of alleged deleted videos, the oldest video was from 2023. And the videos weren't deleted. They were privated because the page is pretty much dead because I haven't uploaded on there in like 2 years. And I showed my logs showing that this happened long before the CPS call. The Twitch VODs, they automatically delete after 60 days. You have an issue with that? Take it up with Twitch. It's not my policy. I don't know what to tell you.
So she said, now, why she closed it is anyone's guess. I think it's either because...
Why she would close it, it's anyone's guess. Meanwhile, there's entire pages of text that he could just read. It's anyone's guess. It's anyone's guess. I'm not gonna actually read. I don't know how to do that.
Either her lawyer dropped her. That's what my lawyer thinks. That they saw this and they're like, I'm not defending you on this shit. Especially
Did you guys not get a response from your response?
Mm-mm.
Huh.
There's no response to give to that response because his response wasn't an actual legal document to respond to. His was the statement that his lawyer sent my lawyer was, well, did you know that she deleted these VODs that she sent you that were not deleted actually? And also, did you know that she called them wealthy parents? Anyways, case closed. Yep. Case closed here. Case closed. Again, I really I wish I could share the emails that I've gotten from my lawyer because they're so funny. But if I share them, then my lawyer's going to get doxxed and harassed and threatened by H3 freaks. So I can't do it, but whatever.
Was the response.
You guys would love those emails. You guys would love those emails.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
I mean, who knows? But that doesn't seem like a great development.
So I think it was either her attorney dropped her or her attorney was like, I strongly advise against doing this because, again, a certain loss, and she would have to pay my attorney's fees. It would be the...
Saying this in the process of losing the anti-slap motion with Kavanaugh suing you for defamation. He's lost the anti-slap appeal, I think 2 or 3 times, and they just filed the final one, which presumably they will lose because they've just lost the past 3 ones. And it's not like they have like new evidence or there's new unfolding evidence in the Kavanaugh case. And he will have to pay Kavanaugh's legal fees. So it's very funny to try and like threaten me with this thing that you are currently losing as if you wouldn't lose it again.
fattest fucking L ever for her. Going ahead with that would have been total suicide, right?
Mm-hmm.
But and also people were accusing her of like scamming, right? Because everyone was like, "Yo, where's that money gonna go?" Actually, well, she gave the money back, which is good. But it's a little embarrassing, Denims. No matter how she tries to spin this, 1 week, 1,692 donations.
This is pretty sad quote from him. I like how he's saying people were trying to accuse her of being a scammer, and he was one of the people accusing me of being a scammer. People are saying this. It's just him.
And $46,000 later, I'm refunding the GoFundMe. Wow. I love how she says 1 week, like it's this insane span of time.
I mean, to be clear, it was actually 5 days, but I put 1 week because I thought it wrote better or read better. But yeah, I think 5 days for an aggressive legal pursuit, $46,000 is a lot. Like, that's how much people don't like you. I think that's a lot. I mean, but also, like, Ethan's so rich that he might be out of touch with, like, what is a lot of money and what's not a lot of money.
Well, guys, it's been 1 week. If and when I go forward as a plaintiff, I will be self-funded. Oh, so you admit that you never needed the donations?
Doesn't say that anywhere. Doesn't say that anywhere. In fact, I'm pretty sure I explicitly said on stream, and maybe less so in the statement, the next statement that isn't being shown, that it would just cause the lawsuit to be a lot slower. That's it.
Are you admitting?
It's one lawsuit.
One lawsuit, Michael. What could it cost? $10.
Yeah.
Now that you are not in need of money from your fans who you asked
Doesn't say that anywhere.
to give you money for, and then once they actually rallied behind you, you kind of just like, why did she do that? She's
I like how he's perplexed at the idea of like deciding to self-fund something. Like, I don't even understand. Why? What is he so perplexed by?
It's the queen of self-own. I like at every turn, this girl's owning herself.
It's also very funny that like every statement from Ethan is projection, where he can say queen of self-own when he is the king of self-own, getting on air and saying, I never said this thing. And then there's like 500 clips of him saying this thing.
Thank you for everyone for proving Ethan wrong. His behavior is unacceptable and people do proving me wrong by you
proving that. I mean, I understand reading comprehension is hard. Literacy is low. I get it. People do care about your behavior being unacceptable. That's why almost 2,000 people donated and almost 50,000 people, or sorry, $50,000 were raised. $50,000 was raised against you. Amazing how he managed to turn you being honest and refunding everyone into a bad thing. This is so disgusting. How could she do this? How am I supposed to be able to smear her now? What the fuck?
Conceding in shame? You said
no.
Letter?
The proving you wrong is that she raised 46 grand.
She wanted to raise like 150.
I don't even know how is even Dan's literacy fucked. It's right there in the sentence. It's right there. Thank you everyone for proving Ethan wrong. His behavior is unacceptable and people do care. It's right there. I don't understand.
Her goal was 150.
I'm not saying that it makes sense, but that is.
How's that? I never said
that's how I'm interpreting what she's saying.
I never said she's going to raise 46,000. I made it. I don't think she's raising 150.
Well, you got proven wrong.
And I know I got proven right in every single conceivable way, I think. I think, you know.
Well, it's so sad to be an H3 fan and like the text is right there on the screen, but like you have to either be so dumb that you can't read, or you have to close your eyes and be like, no, it doesn't say that she's refunding and showing that people do care. It's that whatever Ethan says is true.
I mean, it means there's at least $46,000 worth of interest in seeing you sued. It's not nothing, I guess.
I'm sure there's lots of people that would love to see somebody sue me, but
about $46,000 worth.
Well, good. I mean, you know what would be so funny is
now they concede the point in an incredible self-own. They talk about how people don't care and now say people do care. I don't understand.
Let's say hypothetically I do sue her.
Hypothetically, huh?
And then she goes, she has to do another crowdfunding. She has to reopen it and ask for money again. That's my favorite outcome.
Which again, like to be an H3 fan requires levels of like ear closing, never before seen before, because I say this right here. Not to mention, if he does end up filing something against me, it feels strange to crowdfund for a defamation suit and for a defense at the same time, and mixing the funds feels even stranger. This is the cleanest way to move forward. In no universe would I find it acceptable to repurpose those funds for a defensive suit. Obviously. Wait, is he threatening to sue you? I mean, he's threatening to sue me the way first of all, he's been threatening to sue me, Bad Empanada, Hassan, Redditors, Snarkers, Reddit, Noah for months now. So it's like,
come. Yes.
okay, and then more, like, people just, like, don't want to read. It's really sad. So many people, like, they're allergic to reading. They are really, really allergic to reading.
My lawyers can't do shit.
I don't know. You shouldn't have went in with the GoFundMe if you were confident on this.
Please keep living rent-free in Ethan's head. It's so unbelievably satisfying to see him get so rattled.
It is pretty satisfying.
Free Palestine.
Like, reading is hard, man. This is, like, 10 whole sentences, maybe. Why issue a retraction letter and crowdfund if you weren't serious about your legal threat? I was and I am. If CCC 48A applies, you must issue a retraction letter within 20 days of the defamatory statement before you can pursue a lawsuit. This is why Ethan was so prompt in his letter to Noah, but has yet to file a suit if he ever actually planned on doing so. This is like a fundamental misunderstanding or lack of understanding or lack of knowledge on the law. To not understand that I would have had to if this applies, which in Kavanaugh's suit, they said that it doesn't apply. So it's possible it doesn't. But if it does, it makes your situation a lot harder. So it's better to issue the retraction when you can, if you can. Which is why I issued the statement. And obviously on the day that I'm going to issue the statement would be the best day to announce the GoFundMe. These are just things that make sense to do together. That's it. This one's also my favorite one as well. Reading is hard. Like when you were reading about what ages kids retain memories. This is the one that I think has been the funniest rewriting of history. The text literally says 3 years, and I say 3.5 years. And everyone collectively just ignored the part where the numbers are different. That 3 and 3.5 are different. I came here to give you a chance. Do you think you're fooling anyone? Do you think like this has ever worked? That you've come in hot in a chat with a lol, with a fucking lol emote, and it's ever worked that you've been like, well, I actually came here to give you a chance. I don't know if you know that. I actually came in here. It's never going to work, dude. It's never going to work. It's literally never going to work. Okay. Continuing.
Dan, if I sue her.
Right.
The question, Dan, is not if, it's how many times.
Oh, interesting.
But I can't. I've over-delivered and I've over-promised and under-delivered, which is the biggest no-no, right?
Right.
Because I kept being like, the lawsuit's coming, it's coming, it's coming, and then it never came. So everyone's just kind of confused about it. So I'm not talking about it until something actually happens, which should be soon, by the way, which I'm doing it again.
You're doing it all again.
I'm doing it again.
Every step of it.
Every step you take. Anywho, thank you, Ethan, thank you, everyone, for proving Ethan wrong. Proceeding with a defamation suit against Ethan is a monumental undertaking. His suit with Kavanaugh started almost 4 years ago, and it's still ongoing. I don't want to fundraise to start a fight that I can't finish and feel like I have let down those who have donated. Well, then why the fuck did you make the thing to begin with?
I mean, I explained it in the document. I think that the next sentence is just, or sorry, not sentence, the next like 5 minutes of him reading my tweet is just me reading the rest of the tweet.
Like, I just can't, from the beginning, I was like, the fact that she's crowdfunding before she's even decided to sue me is insane. It's insane. Because anything could happen, right? And of course, $46,000 wasn't going to be enough to do a whole defamation lawsuit. Of course, she's talking about over 4 years, which I don't think ours is going to last that long. I think ours will be over pretty quickly. Although the legal system does, move at variable speeds.
Yep.
I don't want to fundraise to start a fight that I can't finish and feel like I've let those of you who have donated down. That in mind, if this is a journey I wish to undertake, I'll be doing it with my own funds. Then why the fuck are you begging for money?
I mean, it's literally in the statement. I changed my mind about crowdfunding because I realized I didn't like the money grubbing narrative. Normally, this wouldn't be an issue because I could just be transparent with how the money was spent. But over the length of time that a lawsuit would span, it isn't realistic, and just doing my best isn't enough for an offensive lawsuit. Anyone that's disappointed needs to realize they would have been waiting a very long time for any emotional payout on its way anyways, and it's way easier to take my time on this when I'm not being perpetually scrutinized as a scammer. It's right there. The text is right there if you're willing to read it.
What? Why would you?
She says
Please.
I don't want to start a fight that I can't finish. So let's take that. That presumably is her saying she doesn't necessarily have the money to follow through
on top of their
and finish a 4-year-long process of a lawsuit because she's citing the ongoing one with Kavanaugh.
Well, I think she also probably just learned that she's going to have to pay my attorney's fees.
Nope, you're going to have to pay Kavanaugh's attorney's fees when you lose your third appeal on the anti-slap motion, because you've already lost the past 2. But for sure, man, this defamation suit will be different.
When she loses.
Well, let's just assume for a second that she thinks
she's
she
like,
could
oh,
win.
shit, I don't want to have to spend any money.
Right, but what if she thinks she could win? She's still saying that she doesn't want to do it because it's a fight that she can't finish. But then she goes on immediately afterwards to say if she does sue, it'll be with her own funds.
She's not suing. She's not.
I don't even understand how there's... There are legal battles that you can start, but you cannot financially continue to afford those legal battles. If you start a legal battle with $200K in your hand and the lawsuit ends up costing $500K, at some point your lawyer will tell you, okay, well, you need to pay we're realistically going to be looking at another this many years and another this much money. This is what we're looking at if you want to win this lawsuit. I would want, if I had to back off from a lawsuit, which the thing is legal battles give you a lot of time to file these motions, to pay these documents, or sorry, to pay for the court documents, to pay for your legal fees, etc. But if I had to, I wouldn't want to do it with other people's money. Right? That feels worse. If I spent $50K of my own and then decided, okay, wait, this is going to cost a lot more, so I have to put a pause on this, or I have to revisit this, or I have to close this, then that's like $50K that people put in that they can't get back and that didn't give them the payout that they wanted. If I spent $50K, if I spent $50K of other people's money, that feels worse than spending $50K of my own and then deciding halfway through, I changed my mind about this, I want to go in a different direction. Or like, also lawsuits can end for other reasons. Like, what if I get hit by a truck tomorrow and I start this legal battle? What if he gets hit by a truck tomorrow and I can't finish suing him? Like, there are things that cause lawsuits to end in the moment that you can't really like pursue them further. So all the people who donated to see this satisfying end don't get to see that satisfying end. Not to mention, again, I say it already in here, but like, it would take years and years of being transparent and years of being under a microscope, which when it comes to like legal documents and when it comes to like years and years and years of court filings where you can go weeks sometimes without having any updates. What does he think is going to happen when he's been calling me a scammer every second that he can? Like, Sorry, this chatter. They just got banned, unfortunately, or timed out. This chatter. Typing the dumbest shit possible. Actually, I'm in Mensa, Sweden, 135 IQ, LOL. You know someone is smart when they have to tell you their IQ. Oh, God. All right, moving on.
I mean, I don't know, but
she's not.
It sounds like she doesn't think she can afford to.
Then why did she return the money?
I don't know. I'm confused.
Clearly, this is because something behind the scenes happened that strongly persuaded her against doing this, right?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe her lawyer advised her, like you suggested, or even dropped her. Yeah.
So anyway, Dum Dum over here she put a flag in the ground and said, "Ethan will be sued by me. Everybody rally behind me." And then everybody rallied behind her and donated her money. And I
like how originally his coverage of this was nobody cares, no one cares, and now he's saying everybody rallied behind her. This is the saddest attempt to spin something, dude. Fuck, man.
Sat there powerfully, strongly. She sent me a cease and desist. We sent one small one-page response, and she's like, okay, maybe not a good idea. I'm going to give everyone's money back. Please don't sue me, Ethan.
Didn't say any of that stuff. Didn't say any of that stuff. You're making it up. You're writing fan fiction. You're just writing more fan fiction, dude.
Ethan will be sued by me. Everyone rally behind
What
me.
happened, tough lady? God, she's such a fucking pathetic human being. Holy Toledo. It'd be a shame if I still sued her, though. That would be terrible. I think it's so fun that Noah just did this massive fundraiser. And let's say, hypothetically, I'm planning to sue a bunch of these people. They just keep raising money.
Sorry, just to elaborate on the fan fiction statement, guys. This is him a few days ago. This is him a few days ago writing more fan fiction.
This is a rumor that people are trying to start. And I'll say for the record, I don't believe it, although it's funny, but I don't believe it's true. It would be amazing if it was true, but there's no way it is true. Anissa's having a Barbra Streisand effect moment and signal boosting unconfirmed rumors of her cheating on Ian with Denims.
What?
But apparently, so hold on. In her recent story saying people are making dangerous assumptions about a situation that should have been kept private, she's talking about a blind item on CDAN about the exact story mentioned in the title here. Did she actually story that? Because I didn't see that. Funny, but I don't believe it's true. It would be amazing if it was true, but there's...
It would be amazing if it was true that these people you don't like, you're fantasizing about them having an affair. This is so weird. What would he sue you for? Help me out here. For being a meanie bobini, obviously.
Because Noah's like, let's prove to Ethan that we can raise the money to fight this lawsuit, which is fine. Like I said, I prefer them raise the money so that I know that at least there's something left when I win, right? Man, that's just logic. That money's coming to me eventually. So,
by the way, insane statement to make about Noah raising $500K for charity and then saying that money's coming to me, by the way.
Oh, it's good. If he was bankrupt, I wouldn't collect at all. So in a way, it's good for me that he's crowdfunding. But I do think it's funny.
But he's not crowdfunding for his lawsuit.
No, well, he said, I'm...
For being an anti-Semite. I don't know what you have to be joking. This is a good fake post. This is a good fake post. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
I'm going to crowdfund, but I'm doing it to prove that we can. I said, instead of crowdfunding for the lawsuit, I'm going to crowdfund for Gaza.
But that's like an actual good cause.
Yes, it is.
So what?
So what's funny though is that he's asking his audience to chip in to prove, right, that he can crowdfund.
It doesn't prove anything like that.
But
of the sort at all.
There's got to be a limit. Like he can't go and you think he's going to go?
Well, and also
another
more people are obviously more willing to give to a cause that's going to a good cause versus some dude's lawsuit.
Yeah, totally. That too.
Also saying that when like Ethan literally fundraised $170,000 for his lawsuit of fair use, people, the question is, what's the lawsuit for? Is it for someone's personal vendetta or is it for something bigger than that person? I think a lot of people resonated with my lawsuit because Ethan has a pattern of behavior of targeting people he doesn't like, lying about them as much as he can, and then trying his best to get away with it. The reason he's been crashing out so hard about Hassan and Ian recently is because he isn't winning this like public battle.
But like at the end of the
day,
it's awesome. Yeah. I think it's fucking great. I love it. These guys are the best.
Also, yeah, what's ironic is that he was accused of the same thing with the fair use fund they made after his first lawsuit. People accused them of pocketing the money, etc. Yeah.
So let's continue shall we? That was fun. So in response to by the way, she made right before she retracted her lawsuit and closed her her
I have it
GoFundMe,
saved.
she made this small adjustment on the page. It used to
Which I will pull up the emails. I've already showed these emails on stream before, but of course he would never show the emails because then he would have to be honest to his community, and he's allergic to honesty, unfortunately. But I'll let him go.
say here, if he retracts, this will be refunded. And then she changed it to modified to comply with GoFundMe terms of service. Sorry? That seems like she's trying
sorry.
to...
I accidentally scrolled down. Which, by the way, like, again, reading comprehension, these two sentences mean the same thing. If he doesn't retract, this GoFundMe is for legal fees to hold him responsible for his lies. If he retracts, this will be refunded. Those are the same sentence. And more importantly, I mean, I did a whole expose on GoFundMe. It's no wonder that so many GoFundMes go in a bad direction. Because, dude, the emails that I got from GoFundMe, like, they were desperately trying to get me to scam people. And I had to tell them no multiple times. I had to tell them to refund it multiple times. I showed the emails already, but, oh man, where did I put the emails? I really should save these things in a more permanent location, but it's in my VOD. Let me see. I'll double check. But yeah, it's in my recent VOD. It's in a TikTok too. Wait, no way. GoFundMe is so unbelievably fucking scummy. When I put up same shirt, my GoFundMe, they sent me a letter within 2-3 days or something like that. Hi, my name is blank from GoFundMe's Trust and Safety team. I see in your fundraiser you mentioned that the donations will be refunded if the original purpose or initial purpose of the fundraiser changes. Since you've raised a significant amount of funds, instead of offering a refund if the purpose of the funds changes, are you able to consider finding an alternate use for the donations? At this time, your outgoing withdrawings are held until we receive clarity. And I responded to this with like, no, I'm not comfortable with that. I'm in awe. Like, again, I'm censoring all the names because I know the fucking H3 fans that exist right now, which is mostly Sex Pestiny fans that have repurposed their cause, will harass the shit out of this employee. And I understand that they're just trying to follow the fucking employee protocol, but like, holy shit. And I told them, I was like, fucking no. This is why I ended up deciding, fuck this shit. I'm refunding everything. And then they said, hi, we can still help you refund your account at a later date if you do not want to continue the fundraiser. However, you cannot state that this is something you will absolutely plan to do on your fundraiser story if you do not meet a specific goal. By stating you have an alternate place that these funds may go gives you and donors an option later, so you can either move forward with a plan that still utilizes your donations in a positive way. Please let me know once you've removed that from your fundraiser story, or if you want to change that to go to an alternate use instead. I talked to them some more to ask them, where is this policy? And the policy basically says, like, you're not allowed to put anything in your bio or like in a fundraiser that goes against the interests of GoFundMe, which, like, saying you're going to fundraise and you might refund is against the interests of GoFundMe. So you can't put it in there, which is like fucking insane, like actually crazy. So I was like, okay. If you guys are going to close down the fundraiser, if I don't change the text, fine, I will change the text, because functionally the text is the same. Like, these two sentences mean the same thing. I'll pull it up, which, like, H3 fans were like going feral. They were going ballistic at this change. But functionally, again, these two sentences mean the same thing. If he doesn't retract, this money is for the GoFundMe. If he retracts, this GoFundMe will be refunded. First of all, he didn't retract. He still has time to retract. We'll see. But second, I changed it. I linked this email that I got, and people started being like, oh, see, she's not going to refund it. She has no interest in refunding. It's scam. And I was like, no, I am not dealing with this. Under no circumstances am I dealing with this. So I immediately send them an email. I'm like, okay, you can just refund everything. If this is the policy you guys have and you're expecting me to bite this bullet and make my community look bad and all these other things, just refund it. And I'm not joking. They sent 3 emails trying to convince me not to refund it after I put in a request to refund it. This is the worst one. You guys should have received all of the donations. At the very least, I got 1,700 emails. I cannot believe they sent me 1,700 emails, by the way. Some of the scummiest behavior I've ever seen on GoFundMe, which I did receive 1,700 emails. for every single donation. I had to fucking put my phone on silent because it was like, a refund was issued. A refund was issued. A refund was issued. And for those who are worried about like GoFundMe doxing or whatever, they don't tell me the information of the people. If it's an anonymous donation, it says like refunded to anonymous. If you put like some special text or something, so the person who put their name as like Shredder the dog and they wrote the text, they donated like $25 and they wrote the text, no more cheese, please, it burns. I get like that message and it's like, this person has been refunded $25. It's like, dude, stop. Stop. Fuck, dude. Oh my God. All right. Mine was Shredder cheese. Was it you? Christ. Oh man. So anywho, yeah, he's just trying to push this narrative further, but it's obviously all broken down already.
She released. I've prepared for her. Denims implies that she will be going through with a self-funded lawsuit. No, she won't. Says she included the "if I sue him" language because Ethan technically has 10 days to retract. She's so fucking dumb. She doesn't even know the law. It's 20 days to retract.
Nope. Nope. That's if 48A applies, which, speaking to my lawyer suggested that it isn't even worth putting 20 days because we don't even want to suggest to a judge that 48A applies. Ideally, we don't match that number because it's possible that it doesn't apply. And by matching that number, you're implying that it does apply, which has different legal ramifications. So it's better to pick a different number. But
you absolute imbecile moron loser.
Which in Kavanaugh's defamation case against Ethan, 48A didn't apply.
He does this video where he's like, oh, hey guys.
Was Ethan's retraction good enough to consider a real retraction? No, but it's good to send to other people. It was a massive L for him because now anytime somebody says, you literally called CPS, you were the one that was responsible for it, you told your audience to do it, you just send them this video of him saying,
I'm kind of on the fence.
I'm sorry, not this one. That's him running away from the debate.
Denims. A point in the letter that I claimed Denim caused others to call CPS. I did not state, and I do not believe Denims made a direct call to action to her audience to contact CPS. Obviously, right?
That's the purpose of it, which is the entire purpose of the retraction demand in the first place.
Learn about defamation. And now that I've gone and spent 3 days...
Which again, to be clear, from my understanding of the Kavanaugh suit, Ethan did the same thing where he did this like half apology, half retraction, and Kavanaugh was unsatisfied and he pursued it further, and the court seemed to think that he was right, that it wasn't a real retraction. So this doesn't really functionally change anything, except the fact that now I have this great clip of him saying she did not call CPS, and then also himself owning by saying, I never said she called it CPS. Idiotic, moronic, stupid. And then you overlay that. I have to make an edit of like the clip of him then saying she did CPS.
I never said that. I want to address something from Denim's correction.
Sorry, not this.
Reading about defamation on the internet. Let me talk to you as if I'm an expert on the. She says I have 10 more days to retract. So maybe she does know. But anyway, whatever.
Saw a lot of people confused on what this meant. So I was like, okay. I will elaborate.
Please.
I will elaborate a little bit more. I saw a lot of people being like, well, I don't understand. Why would you start this journey and then say you're not going to do it? Why are you saying if? I'm saying if because the 10 days haven't run out yet.
Oh, please. Shut the fuck up.
Gives legitimate reason why. That's not true because I don't like it. Because that means you actually thought about it and that hurts my ability to push a narrative that I want to push. I can do that edit. Do you want it vertical or horizontal? Horizontal. I feel like horizontal is easier to crop into vertical, but the other way around is not true. Honestly, actually, you know what, chat? You can just do this edit. Wait, I can make it. All you need to do is clip the stream, chat. Wait. Hold up.
Tire was She's
for internet clout and attention.
Okay.
statements were interpreted as stating this. I want to correct the record and make it clear that I do not think, do not state, do not believe that Denims called CPS.
Wait, okay. From now, this is a good clip. This is it.
Yes. If my statements were interpreted as
Wait, sorry.
Smiley face.
Starting this again. Sorry, for real.
I have never claimed that Denims called CPS. I have never implied that Denims called CPS. If my statements were interpreted as stating this, I want to correct the record and make it clear that I do not think, do not state, do not believe that Denims called CPS. Obviously, moronic, idiotic, stupid. Bro, you were so smug. She did CPS. Remember that? Okay, good.
Right.
Let me also address the point in the letter that I claimed Denim caused others to call CPS. I did not state, and I do not believe Denims made a direct call to action to her audience to contact CPS. Obviously, right? Just saying, like, doing what she did, being like, oh, let's call CPS. He's an abuser. He neglects his children. Like, we need to call CPS, etc., etc.
That is a good edit. All right. Obviously, moronic, stupid.
Never said that.
Never said that. Never said that. Oh, God. All right, back to the video. He can still retract his statements. The correct term to use there is if. Because if he retracts his statements, which he still has.
I still have what?
3 days?
I also have
2 or 3 days?
So I have 2 or 3 days left. No, I think she thinks it was 10 days total then. Which means that she's just completely fucking ignorant.
I already explained this. My lawyer seemed to believe that it was the correct course of action to not suggest to a court or to a judge that 48A necessarily applies. And that's the reason to have 10 versus 20 days. Which is why in my statement I say you have 10 days to issue a retraction. Which at the time, he did have 2 or 3 days left. I can't sue him because he's retracted the defamatory claims.
That's not true also. Like, again, these people...
Yes, you can still sue someone after they give a valid retraction, but you're not going to win that lawsuit. In the same way that you can sue anyone for anything, but if you don't have a case, you're not going to fucking win that lawsuit. If I demand a retraction and you give a genuine retraction and I try to sue you anyways, I'm going to lose. That's when I say you can't sue him anymore. You can't reasonably sue him and actually get the law to be on your side. That's what that means.
You can still sue if they retracted, right? Of course you can.
Yeah, and then lose.
You idiot, you imbecile, you moron.
You moron. If I fully retract, you technically can still sue me. You're just not going to win. Dude, I want to be as funny as Twitch chat. I want to be as funny as Twitch chat so bad. I'm so tired of representing Ethan, scummiest client I've ever had, Saul Goodman official.
It's not illegal.
So the if has to be there. Like, that's just how that works. I don't understand. Girl, he is not going to, sure, but you can't say, I am going to do this, and then he retracts.
Yes, you can. You can do both. Okay, whatever. Who cares? She's not suing me.
I mean, he doesn't play the rest of the clip where I say, if I only put when, and then he does issue a genuine retraction, obviously, if he issues a full retraction, I have no reason to sue him. But then people will say, well, you said you were going to sue him. You said not if or when. You said when. So I understand.
It's been, when did she film this? It's been 3 days. I'm waiting.
Film this.
Although, to be fair, Noah's still waiting, too. People think that You get sued the second after the window closes. She literally sounds like she's making this up as she thinks about it. It's so true, dude. So fucking true. So anyway, she's been kind of dodgy.
Oh my God, dude. My favorite type of insult is like one that doesn't register or recognize any of the arguments actually being made. It's just a general statement you could say about anyone at any time. That's how you know those hit.
She gave the money back. She seems to have got a little docile on the issue, right?
And hey, Denims, did you see this? Wait, I have to show you guys this. Wait. This was the funniest thing I have seen in the past week. You know that meme that was making the rounds, and it's like the guy who hides the zombie bite from the group?
I found a really funny meme while being in the bathroom just now. And it's some sort of like hater pipeline, I think, but it must have made it to Instagram, like normie Instagram, and I found it so funny.
Someone said,
"Hey, love, I saw this like a week ago, and I fucking died."
Yeah, this is probably the funniest meme I've ever seen.
I didn't want to share it for
yeah.
It went mainstream for real.
This?
Yeah.
Where?
I just thought it was so goofy.
It was on Twitter, it was on Instagram, meme pages were reposting it.
Someone said he looks like he's hiding the zombie bite from the group.
Which, by the way, this is the reason why memes about Hassan or memes about me don't make it to the mainstream. Someone called it bathroom memes. These are like coworker memes. Sorry, I was distracted by something. This is why his memes don't make it to Instagram, but our memes do make it to Instagram. It's because the memes are actually funny, whereas the memes against me are like, yeah, well, she's a stupid bitch, cell phone, dumb, vile. Look, Hassan's feet are small. It's like, none of this is funny, dude. Like, none of it is funny. Yeah, well, she wears one type of shirt. It's like, this meme, objectively hilarious. Okay.
True, I see it.
You're like concerned.
I don't know why my face looks so like this. I think someone must have edited this.
I'm sure, but it just
no, bro, stop.
No,
Look,
the saturation.
There's like weird age and saturation stuff.
I don't think it's aged. I think it's just slightly saturized.
No, that ain't normal. Somebody definitely.
I don't know, man.
No, it's only saturation or.
You know what? I'm gonna stay. You guys are like, oh, Ethan needs to disclose that the feet. Let's defend Hassan at every fucking corner in every possible way.
Oh, shut
His
up.
feet are not that big. The minute that this meme, everybody's laughing about how terrible I look. It's like, oh,
it's not about terrible.
No, it's your
about you looking terrible. It's the look on your face.
That is not original, bro. You can tell on the edges. It's not.
What?
It's not.
Okay.
It's edited,
Okay.
bro.
Maybe.
You know, let's just defend Hassan more.
I want to see
You guys
the original now.
All
I
this
think
is doing is
I don't-
proving the point that she would hide the bite from us.
Yeah.
Dude, AB, where'd you get the spine from, man? Come on. You went weeks not saying shit, and finally, this is the AB we were living for, man. We want the AB that stepped in the ring. This one. Fuck.
I don't think it's that changed.
Also, you do look great. You have a funny
Yeah, you don't
face.
look like
again.
that.
I don't think you look
that's
great
what
at
I
all.
wanna hear.
You look beautiful,
No.
gorgeous even.
Yeah,
I don't
you have
know.
nothing to say
You
about
look
this.
gorge.
I don't want to hear it.
I want the
I don't
truth
think
just
it's
like
edited.
you.
So was this like is this like a snark thing or is this?
I don't know.
I think it's just a funny.
I've
looks
never
like
seen
a-
this account ever in my life. I could have cropped the name out,
No,
but it just came up natural on my Instagram. I've never seen a non-H3 from us on Instagram ever. And there it is.
That's
There it is.
me,
Guys, dare I say twink death? Wait, this doesn't have the version of like, oh
I
man.
found a really.
I thought I saved it, but I guess I didn't. There was a really funny edit that I saw. Was it this one? This? That he insisted that there was an aging filter on it?
can't believe I felt bad for you.
Literally, the only thing that's different about it is that he looks a little bit paler. That's it. And he looks a little bit more tan in the other one. That's it. The face is literally the exact same.
Can't believe I felt bad for you.
It's amazing, isn't it? Isn't it amazing? Did you see the North Star Radio teaser? Wait, it's just image compression because of the image size. Literally nothing is different. I mean, it's more so that he said that there was an age filter and there was no age filter. What is this? Uh-oh. Oh, I thought I heard the Andor soundtrack for a second.
Then this dovetails into something really interesting. This dude, Comrade Casey, 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 Comrade Casey. Like he's a slick editor. Comrade Casey, Comrade Casey, Comrade Casey. He made a video about the end of Leftovers. I haven't watched the whole thing. It's long as fuck. And
Dude, he actually, oh God, Comrade Casey did all of this. Oh God. Dude, Comrade Casey is responsible for hundreds of thousands of dollars of emotional harm to Ethan Klein. Because I remember it was actually that video, the Leftovers video, that made him go insane.
I generally don't like watching videos like this because it's usually depressing.
He was the
seems to have, like,
catalyst.
a neutral title, but I think
it's the domino meme.
Everybody noticed as they were watching through it. Even Hassan, I think, commented on it that this video is a little fucking weird.
Yeah.
Pretty much the core of the videos that you became like a debate pervert.
What?
Like a debate pervert.
What? You don't know what I'm talking about? What? Yeah, it was on the list. You're lying. Like I said, I have a family to go to. I have 3 kids and a wife. You have a fucking cool-ass race car bed to sleep in. So that's my boy, North Star Radio, who is a hidden snark user / obsessive freak making content that is biased against me.
Dude, even just like between these videos, between this and like his recent streams.
And also, apparently, he hates Jewish people. China sucks. Russia, bullshit. Cuba, overrated. Venezuela, shithole. I'm gonna Joseph McCarthy you.
Oh God, I'm on the edge of my seat, dude. I'm on the edge of my seat. I don't have a segue for this, but I just wanted to show this to you guys.
Hello, is this Child Protective Services? Yes, thank you. I'd like to report a case of endemic dog shit infestation in a house. This house, as far as I know, it contains children, and it also contains 2 Zionists. And as we all know, Zionists are baby killers, so I think this is a very dangerous situation for the children, given the dog shit and the Zionists. Oh, you'll send over a SWAT team immediately? SEAL Team 6? Oh, man, those are the guys who killed Osama bin Laden. Yeah, I really think this is important enough of a case that you should send those guys over there. Keep those kids safe. Honestly, great service. 10 out of 10. Highly recommended. Thanks. Anyway, let me know how it goes.
How dare you make jokes about CPS? How dare you make jokes about SEAL Team 6? How dare you make jokes about Zionism? How dare you make jokes about dog shit? Honestly, I condemn. I think everybody else should condemn. This is disgusting behavior of the highest magnitude. This is, I'm in awe at how far leftism has gone. It's ableist. It's anti-Semitic. It's offensive to me, to my family, to my dogs. And I can't handle it anymore. It's just someone needs to tell Bad Empanada, someone needs to write Bad Empanada a strongly worded letter and tell him that his behavior is unacceptable and it's always been unacceptable. We must condemn, okay? Comedy is completely illegal. Today was pretty bad, wasn't it, Mr. Klein? The betrayal of one of your closest friends. Why did he put that in the video? Why? Why did Ethan put that in the video? Why did he do that? I don't understand. Please play it. I just don't understand. It's so sad because Ethan has such a great comedy sense, but he's so entrenched that he's incapable of seeing what's right in front of him. Can you imagine like being Ethan and having these editing powers at your disposal, and instead you make your own cell phones? You're trying to make a video, a response to iDubbbz's Content Cop, 1.3 million views, really good. And this is what
Ethan Klein, I want CPS to take his kids away because they are seriously endangered.
Please remember, all of these edits are Ethan Klein. Bad Empanada doesn't have the energy to do edits, to add music, to add sound effects, to add visual edits. Bad Empanada, all he did was record the video and then send it. All he did was record it and post it on his story or whatever. And Ethan did everything else.
Today was pretty bad, wasn't it? Really sucked for you. You were so disappointed. The betrayal of one of your closest long-term friends, huh? Tick-tock, though, Ethan. Tick-tock, because this was just a taste. This was just a small part of what we have organized for you. It's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse, Mr. Klein. Every day, sit there just waiting in misery, in fear of what we have in store for you. Tick-tock goes the clock.
Maybe if he stops harassing other creators.
He lets his dogs.
So insane. All right. Okay, back to the video.
He's also, she's accused. Did we watch clips of her being like, Ethan's accused me of calling CPS? Did we watch that where she says like explicitly, Ethan says that I called CPS? I'm like, no, you did not. What the fuck? Did we watch that?
I don't know. This all
She did CPS, by the way. Remember that.
blurs together for me.
She did CPS. Remember that.
I feel like we did. Yeah, at the beginning of this. So anyway, I prepared a response to her with some things that I want to just say for the record. You know, and if she wants to respond, that'd be great. If she doesn't, then it really doesn't matter either way. But I'm going to read this to you, Denims.
Easy response.
And I hope that you enjoy it. And feel free to correct me where I'm wrong. I want to address something from Denim's correction demand in her letter.
But before we get there, because we've already seen this clip 100 billion times, because I've already made fun of it 100 billion times, really quickly, how many more stories? How many stories? How many is this? 5, 10. There's over 20 stories in the past 24 hours. Oh my God, and he's just posting Hassan memes. But sorry, before we get there, all right, blames Hassan for the murdered Israelis, is mad at Noah, posting about the murdered Israelis. More, just post a photo of them. Okay, more of this. Okay, and then he's like, wait, I know what to cook up. Wait, I know. I know exactly what to show everyone. So I need to show you guys this because I saw this morning, dude. Okay, remember this? Okay, to anyone who'll make this dipshit disappear.
Bro, that Destiny guy needs to get
And then there's a bunch of other clips, I assume, of like Mike and whatever, Sean. But I have to, you have to really love that he put in the clip of me saying 30K to make this dipshit disappear, but you have to make Eve from Stellar Blade's boobs really big, and he doesn't include that part. But even better than
Someone
that,
like Adam especially, who's like on record being like, I respect Snark.
Adam McIntyre needs to just like disappear. Okay.
when my IDF wife says it, okay? She has a name, Ethan. Hila. Yes. When Hila says it, it's different. Okay?
Anyway, Adam McIntyre for now.
Okay.
So Hila on Friday said that he should disappear off the internet. And this is something
off the internet.
Is a piece of shit, like of the lowest order.
That's weird. She didn't say that.
I respect Snark.
Adam McIntyre needs to just like disappear. That guy is a piece of shit, like of the lowest order. I never even stood by him when he talked bad about Trisha having a kid and called him like the spawn of Satan. He was supposedly on our side. I would never even co-sign that. I was.
Well,
that's weird.
Something that snarkers have been doing since the beginning of time, ever since this bullshit started.
Oh, that sure is weird, huh? That sure is weird. So when your IDF wife says it, obviously it's being clipped out of context. Obviously she meant it off the internet. Okay, she meant it in Minecraft. Okay, but when I am going after you, I'll up the number. Okay, 30K to anyone who'll make this dipshit disappear. It's amazing, dude. Also, like, I love that the clip doesn't include any other context, right? I'll up the number. Wait, why are you upping the number? Because I was responding to the actual original statement. 20K to make this dipshit disappear. Listen, I'll up the number. And I was saying, it's before this clip, I was saying, this is a fucking joke, dude. The person making the tweet is joking, okay? 30K to anyone who'll make this dipshit disappear and make Eve's breasts bigger. Okay, you have to do both. All right? Because then it's a win-win for me. I get more breast, and I don't have to see that moron on my timeline anymore. You meant it in real life, even though you said on your timeline, and also made this stipulation about the boobs, and also were clearly joking. It was different when you said it. It was different. And also, Asmongold literally
I saw a
said,
clip of a streamer doing a 30K bounty on you, didn't get banned. Yeah, but she did that. She was joking around, and also,
no, you don't understand. It's different. When you say it, it was serious, even though it obviously wasn't serious in any regard at all. And when my wife said it, it was different. Okay, when she said it,
Spawn of Satan. I even stood by him when he talked bad about McIntyre needs to just like disappear. That guy is a piece of shit. Like,
obviously, guys, it's very different. It's very different, okay? It's very different. Dude, you don't want to fight this fight. You don't want to fight the disappear fight, okay? Also, I didn't realize how... I haven't seen that full clip in so long. I didn't realize how hard it vindicates me. This full clip is... How did anyone even... Moral outrage on this clip. Rest. And I don't have to see that moron on my timeline anymore. So if you think about it, it's all good, dude. It's all good, man. All right, moving on. He then posted like a billion stories about like Hila. Yeah, it's fine. And then Ian said Ian lost his virginity to Anissa, and he has never had a girlfriend or been with a woman before that. This is what he told me shortly before he started dating her. Okay, I'm sorry, but like, I don't know why you're just like openly lying. It's so bizarre to me. It's so bizarre to me to like pretend and paint iDubbbz as like someone who couldn't get pussy? I don't... Huh? It's so weird. It's so weird. I never planned on sharing that story, but after seeing him call the skulls humorous, I realized there's nothing they won't say or do, and so I'm returning the favor. My boy has not been so much as touched by the opposite sex before, Anissa. In itself, it's not a big deal, but in the context of their relationship, I find it very, in quotes, humorous. Guys, what I'm about to show you right now is defamation. Okay, this clip of Ethan Kleins speaking uninterrupted is defamation, just so you guys know. But it needs to be said. It needs to be done. Mike actually informed me that this video exists. And it's the worst thing you will ever see in your life, actually. I know I say that about a lot of things, but this one for sure is bad. Okay, this one for sure is bad.
So much to be thankful for. Not just you guys and all the support and love that you bring into our lives, but
hold up.
About
why didn't you propose like that to me?
Because I wanted to marry you. Yes, I'm talking about my proposal story to Hila, which haunts me to this day.
Are you sure you wanna do this?
The people want it. They did it. They made a petition. When people make petitions, you have to make it, right? Or you go to prison. Isn't that how it goes?
No, petitions are worthless.
So welcome to Ethan and
My IDF wife. Petitions are worthless.
Hila's heartwarming Thanksgiving story about Ethan proposing to Hila. So me and Hila were on vacation. My parents used to live in Mexico for 5 years. And at that point, I think we had been together for like 8 years or something. And my mom, so annoying. She's just all the time like, Ethan, you need to marry her. So my mom, she keeps laying it in the whole time. We're there for like 2 weeks, and every day she was working me down, talking about you need to marry her. She's not gonna wait. She's got shit to do. She wants to have baby. Like she's getting in my head.
So you're just blaming it all on your mom right now?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It is all her fault. I would have done it my own way. Anyway, she keeps working me down. So my mom, one day towards the end of the vacation, she's getting fucking crazy weird about it. She brings out like all this jewelry and she's like, Ethan, take any one of these rings. They're like these amazing like diamond and jewel encrusted rings, like really beautiful jewelry. She's like a fucking pirate. She's got like a chest of like jewelry. She's like, Ethan, just take, she's like bribing me at this point. She's like, take anyone and propose to Hila right now. I was like, Mom, right now? It's like, I don't know. I didn't think about it. I don't have any ideas. She goes, propose to Hila right now, or basically you're not my son anymore.
She did not.
She didn't say it quite like that, but the tensions were high. So I'm going to think.
You ever be Ethan's mom and you're like, you will not find someone better. Please, for the love of God. You will not find anyone else. Please, for the love of God.
Thinking to myself, God, okay, I guess I better just fucking propose. How am I going to do this? I'm thinking about it all day, and I get this brilliant idea. And at the time, we had...
You must marry the Ramallah Raider, okay? That is your only option.
We just started using baby wipes, right? Yeah. And I was like really into baby wipes. It was like a revolution in my life. And I think to myself, wouldn't it be so funny if I put the ring like in the pack of baby wipes? That'd be so surprising, right? And so this sounds worse. This sounds worse than I remember.
I never tell this story anymore. Like whenever you meet with girls, they all want to hear the fun story of how you were proposed.
Now we're telling everybody.
And I'm like, just forget I'm here. Move on to the next person.
He asked and I said yes.
And it's like, oh, my boyfriend took me to the beach and then there was horses waiting for us. And we went on a horseback ride and then there was a table with dinner at the beach waiting for us. And it's all recorded. There's like 5 people recording them.
Yeah, but you're not that kind of girl. I knew that.
I don't care about that stuff.
You didn't want that. I knew that. Yeah, but you're right. Most proposal stories are like, we jumped out of a plane.
Yeah.
A wizard cast us into another dimension where everything's made of rose petals. But I knew you're some real shit. Roll together, die together. So I'm stalling because I'm embarrassed. I put the ring in the baby wipes. and I went in the bathroom. I didn't actually poop. I pretended to poop.
You pretend to poop now.
Yeah, I was in there. I was pretending to poop. And I said, Hila, can you bring me the baby wipes? She's like, where is it? It's in the dresser next to the bed. She's like, okay, it's fucking a little strange. So bring me the baby wipes. So she comes in with the baby wipes. And I was expecting her for some reason to see the ring already.
Yeah, or...
It felt like even in my most simple plan failed. I thought she'd see the ring and be like, oh, he's asking me to marry me in the dumbest way possible. But she didn't even see it in the baby wipes, so she brings me baby wipes as I'm pretending to poop. And closes the door, and I'm like, no, open the baby wipes. And then she's like, what? She finds the ring, she's like, what? What is this? And then I'm like, I was like, I don't know. You get it. Oh, it's so embarrassing. God, it's so out of character for me because usually I go out there and do it.
Yeah.
Like I'll do something special for you for that occasion. So that's why I blame my mom for putting me up to that.
Okay, I'll blame your mom.
It's totally.
The guy who's telling us that his mom was like, you need to marry her now. You're not going to find something else. You will not find someone else that will take you in. Marry the Remulator right now. Here, I'll do all the work for you. And the way that you thought would be good to propose was putting the ring in a baby wipe and then pretending to poop and have her see it. And you have the audacity to criticize other people's relationships? Okay. Okay. And then Hassan memes. Oh, dude. So yeah, we've had a good set of stories. We've had a good set of Instagram stories that have all been very good. And actually, this is all Ethan's fault. Sorry, this is all Hassan's fault. Excuse me.
You are my best friend. You are the rent payer. You are the legend. Thank you, Ethan Klein. You are my